My name is Carlos Restrepo, and this is Hi guys, welcome back to Classical Conditioning. This is episode 3, featuring the one and only Graham Betchart. Graham has spent over a decade training the minds of some of the NBA's most elite basketball talent. He has also mentally trained 3 consecutive number 1 NBA draft picks in Ben Simmons, Karl Anthony Towns, and our boy from up north, Andrew Wiggins, as well as number 3 NBA draft pick Jaylen Brown and number 4 Aaron Gordon. He continues to collaborate with USA Basketball's U16 and U19 teams in order to instill a mental training program for the next generation of top performers. He's also the director of mental training for Lucid, a San Francisco-based company dedicated to helping athletes train their minds so that they can perform at the best of their capabilities on the world stage. On top of all that, he is the author of a book called Play Present, as well as the voice for the Lucid app, and a narrator/MC for Lucid Performance's CD entitled Unlock. Beyond this interview, I will also be doing a review of the book, the app, as well as the CD, so I hope you guys enjoy. It's funny because it kind of leads on to this idea of like next play speed.
Yeah. So just how fast can I keep moving forward, right? How fast can I come back to the present and keep showing up? So let's say you're a piano player. You get up in front of the group and you just freeze up, right? You're like, it's not there today. A bunch of notes are off. It's all there. You take your bow, you get a little applause and you're sweating and you feel awkward and you walk off the stage and your instincts are like, never do this again. Next play speed is like, no, not only am I going to do it again, I'm going to show up tomorrow and I'm going to get better at it. And that compassion is going to allow me to do it. So compassion with the skill of next play speed is going to help you out, right? It's totally going to help you out. So that's the deal. So you judge yourself on next play speed. It's not about avoiding mistakes and like you're going to make a ton of mistakes, but if you can get good at next play speed, you'll just keep showing up, playing the piano, and eventually you're going to get it right. That's how it works because you're practicing every day. You're showing up, you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable and uncomfortable, and you're going to figure it out, so if you don't have next play speed, you go through that one moment and you never come back, right? And then you're kind of stuck and your life goes on, but you're still stuck. Make sense? Yeah. So next play speed's the skill, man. It's really, to me, that's the ultimate skill. It's basically how well can I fail?
Yeah.
Successful people I know, they fail incredibly well. And they fail more than anybody, and it just never stops them. And they, actually, after a while, you realize they didn't fail. They were learning the whole time.
Yeah.
And their approach is a growth mindset. So they're like, every time, like say I bomb playing piano, yes, the emotions are extremely uncomfortable, but eventually they're going to pass. And if you've worked on your mindset, you go, you know what, if I keep showing up, I'll figure this out. You got to fail to the top, right?
Yeah.
And the person with that mindset, eventually that person who was training with a more expansive mind is going to destroy the other person over time, right? Because they're going to keep expanding their mind, their ability to perform. Man, wild. So I do call this stuff being a spiritual warrior. I do put that around it because you do have it takes a warrior mindset to approach these situations. And then the baseline of the warrior is total compassion. Like, I am going to throw myself into this crazy situation, totally figure it out and learn. Might get my ass kicked today. Might get my ass kicked for a while. But eventually I'm going to figure it out and then I'm going to kick everyone's ass. So if we play it out over time, I'm the warrior, and if someone else wants to go through that vulnerable space, then we'll see eye to eye and it'll be it'll be great, so that's, man, failing to the top is huge. You have to let yourself go, and you're not failing, you're learning, right? So it's just a new flip on the word. You're not failing at all. Failing would be you don't actually expand. That's a failure.
So sometimes when we have these negative thoughts or ideas,
a lot of us are told, hey man, push that away.
Yeah.
But something different I think that I got from you was this idea of just let it be there. It's okay
Yeah.
for those thoughts to be there. So what? Everyone has those.
Think about that in terms of like a storm coming. If you're outside yelling at the rain to stop, you're like, it's raining. You're like, don't yell at it. Just get an umbrella or go inside. You just learn to, and eventually it passes. So once people realize you don't have to clear your mind all the time, and it's not about having these perfect thoughts, it's about understanding that your brain's going to pump out thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. And as you become more mindful, you learn to observe the thoughts that are detrimental. You learn to just check them out and be like, yeah, that thought is here. Might even be attached to some emotion right now. And I can feel the emotion. I might even be triggered a little bit right now. But I'm conscious, so I'm going to breathe. I'm going to let it pass. And if I'm having a tough time letting it pass, I'm going to go work out. I'm going to get in my body. I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to play some, I'm going to like change it a little bit. And then as it passes later on, it goes by and you're like, I'm fine. And notice when the negative thoughts pop up, which it happens all the time, if you resist them, they get stronger. If you resist them, they become a big evil monster. But if you're like, you're welcome to be here. I'm not going to let you dictate the choices I make, but you're welcome to be here. Then all of a sudden you realize who's in charge. You are. You are, because you're being aware and you're like, hey, these thoughts pop up sometimes. No biggie. And then the thought's like, all right, we're just going to keep it moving. Then no big deal. And it keeps it moving. You're like, yeah, get on, get out of here. And so you let it be there. And then you're not stressed out because it's there. People get so stressed out when thoughts come into their head. Instead of knowing, okay, this is a tough moment. It's here. I'm going to observe it. I'm going to be mindful, let it pass, and I'm going to get right back to it. And that's when you meditate for a couple minutes. Or for me, I do open eye moving meditations. I just love to work out. That's what helps me out. I'll go to the gym, get in my body, and all of a sudden, 45 minutes later, I'm like, I don't even know what I was thinking about before. It's like, and the emotions have gone past, and I'm glad I didn't make a triggered decision. I was able to let those thoughts be there and go, let them pass. So there's a whole bunch of different sayings, right? It's the good wolf and the bad wolf. Don't feed the bad wolf, like starve the bad wolf. Just let it be there talking to you. But you're like, I'm not going to feed you. Feed the good wolf, right? Which is your positive thoughts and doing the right action. Some people call it, like I got the devil on one shoulder and I got like an angel on one shoulder and I hear the devil talking all the time. And
Yeah.
just observe it. It's there, but realize it's just someone talking. You still get to choose what you're doing in this world. So I try to connect with everyone in a different place depending on how they see it. But no, we all have this voice, right? We all go through this. This is the human experience. And by observing and just letting them be there, it's like it takes you away from just being stuck in the impulse of it. And you realize you are not those thoughts. You are not those thoughts. That's not who you are. You do not have to believe every thought that comes into your mind. That frees so many people right there. And they go, oh, I don't have to believe that? No, not at all. That's a trash thought. Just check it out.
Yeah.
Take a few breaths and be like, that's a trash thought. And eventually it's going to pass. And you just starve it. And I'm just going to check you out. I'm not feeding you. I'm not giving you any credit. I'm not going to follow you. I'm not going to turn you into a story. I'm not going to make you into something that's permanent. I'm not going to make you into a belief system. You're just a storm. And if I'm having trouble with that, like go play music, go lift weights, go flip it, go do something else, go do Tai Chi, go do yoga, right? It's meditate. And then later on, when you're like, this is a real ass moment in my life where I got to make the right choice. As you get through it, you feel empowered after because you made the right choice. If you honored those thoughts and made them real and put a story to them and tried to resist them or something, later on you feel bad. Like later on, you're like, oh God. So energetically, look at your energy after you go through that process. When you're mindful and observe them, it's still uncomfortable in the moment. But as time passes, you're like, man, what a great move. Wow, great move. And you feel empowered and you feel strong and you feel like, oh, I can make these decisions again when times are challenging. I can make good decisions. And you feel energetic and you feel more abundant. So always check your energy after moments like that. In the moment, hard as hell to do, man. Like mindful moments. Oh man, when you're triggered and the emotion kicks in, it's tough. Am I perfect at it? No way, man. No way. But I practice my best. I do the best I can. And my intention is to be mindful. Do you get a warning for mindful moments? Never. That's the whole catch. You never get a warning for these. They come out of nowhere. Someone cuts you off in your car, comes out of nowhere. A teacher says something to you real low key about something you're doing. It kind of stings, comes out of nowhere. But then you breathe and observe, and you say thank you to whatever just made you triggered. You say thank you because you're my teacher in this moment, and you're helping me become more aware. Thank you. That's how I see mindful people getting through real tough situations. What appears to be triggering them, they thank them for that.
Like on the track, what is it called? You talk about embrace, right?
That's
I
right.
think it was on the track, and it was something like, embrace maybe the people that have doubt in you, or
That's it.
just see them as your teachers in order to show you
That's
how
it.
much faith you have in yourself.
Because that's honestly, that's all that's happening. And they are your teacher. They're helping you become aware of your triggers. They're helping you become aware of your emotions and the areas you need to grow. So if you can thank them and be grateful, which is profoundly different than your instincts want to do. Most time your instincts might want to like fight them or push them away or be like, you, I hate you, like you're ruining me,
Yeah.
which is a total victim mentality. And then as days go by, you don't feel good doing that. You don't feel empowered. You don't feel safe. So you thank them. If you have that awareness in that moment, you say, wow, thank you. Oh my God, you're teaching me so much right now. It's profound what I'm experiencing right now. I'm gonna take a breath and just walk away for a second and work on my shit.
Damn.
And that's big time, right? I'm saying that not triggered and we're having a great conversation. It's hard to do in the moment when you're triggered, but hey, it works. So we practice.
Hmm.
So we practice, you know?
Yeah, because I'm thinking right now of like this idea of what's important now, but I'm also thinking about, how you said that these kind of moments can happen out of nowhere, and it kind of makes me think about the confidence levels, because it makes me,
Yeah,
acting based off what you know versus how you feel, because it's
that's
like
it.
there's going to be stuff that happens that's going to make you feel a certain way, but you
Totally.
still have the knowledge to know that you should act or move forward with a certain idea.
That's it. And to me, wisdom is applied knowledge. So when you have the knowledge and you apply it, you're wise, right? Just having the knowledge is not enough. It's like I actually have to apply it in this moment right now. Be thankful of this moment. And I came up with an acronym called Win the War. Like these little wars happen all the time during the day, these emotional wars where we have to learn to process. And war stands for wisdom, awareness, and response. So basically, the wisdom should be in you. You're aware and you respond. You do not react, you respond. So if you can win the war throughout the day, man, you're doing amazing. And these wars, I'm telling you, they come out of nowhere. Like when we're done this interview, I'm gonna walk back into the house, right? And I'm gonna, who knows? Like my wife's in there, we're folding laundry. We had to get kids to the school today. All kinds of stuff happens in life, and you never know when stuff's happened. So
Hmm.
I have the tools to win the wars that happen through the day. For the most part, I'm ready for them. You never know when they come. You just do the best you can. In the last couple of days, I've gone through many of them, right? And I'm getting better at being thankful they're here,
Hmm.
welcoming in the teaching, and then trying to do it in an empowered way. So as the day goes by, you're like, okay, good move. That was good. Because when you don't win the war, what's happening later on? Usually you're apologizing, right?
Yeah.
Usually you're like, sorry for my behavior. Oh my God, the emotion has passed, and now I feel back to normal, right? Then you're making smart decisions. So the war is I mean, you, for lack of better words, man, you got to be a mindful mother. You know how to finish that one, man. Like
Yeah.
it's like, man, you got to be, because if you just go with the trigger, ay ay ay, I've had to apologize many times in my life. That's the deal. And then most importantly, we have to learn to apologize to ourselves, anyone we've hurt or anyone hurting us. We have to learn to forgive.